Hi everybody, my name is Oren, so welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm going to show you how you can implement Photon networking plugin into your project within Unity. So this video is going to be cover the basic stuff. I don't know if it's going to be a series of tutorials, depends on how this video goes, but I am going to show you how you can create an account, import the plugin, connect to Photon services, and a little bit more than that. Go ahead and create an account in photonengine.com. So I already created my account, and once you created your account, you're gonna go ahead and click on it and view your applications. So let me now just go ahead and create a new app, which just follow my lead. Now Photon has a few services, Photo Bolt, Chat, Pun, Real-Time and Voice. I'm not sure about the Bolt, but we are going to be using the Pun, which is our multiplayer services of Photon. Voice is for voice, chat is for chat, etc. So the name is going to be please subscribe. You can type whatever you want. Description is going to be a test, and go ahead and click on create. Awesome, so now we have the app ID. Just remember that you can copy for now, and go ahead and open your project in Unity. Awesome, so I'm gonna download the SDK from the asset store. So we're gonna go ahead and open window asset store, wait a few seconds for it to load up. Cool, so let's type Photon and make it as a free so we can find it easily. There you go, the Photon Unity networking free plugin. So this is the only plugin that we're gonna use in this tutorial. You're gonna hit on download, I guess, on your side. In my side it's already import. So click on the button that it shows you, and there you go. You have actually a few demos that I highly recommend you to check out after you have the basic knowledge in Photon, so you can actually see how the official Photon developers did their demos. So click on import. Awesome guys, so after you imported, you should see a Pun setup window. Now it asks for your app ID or email. I'm going to put the app ID we created earlier, so let's go ahead and copy and paste it. So copy and paste. Setup project, which is a lot. This step is very important. You're gonna have to do this step to actually connect to Photon. So your app ID is now applied to your project. So awesome. You're gonna close this up. So you can actually choose your hosting method. You can choose the Photon Cloud, self-hosted, offline mode, and best region. Now I'm not gonna touch the other stuff. I am going to use the Photon Cloud, which is what I'm actually using in my game at the moment. And the region is, you can actually choose whatever fits for you. Also, you're gonna have the auto join lobby, which we're not gonna be touching that either, because we want to control when we are going to connect to Photon, and not by like enabling it, run, and then it connects automatically. We don't want that. Also, we get a chat app ID, which not gonna be touching it in this tutorial. And the RPC list is something that you're definitely gonna need to know what it is. Again, not in this tutorial, it's very basic. I'm just gonna show you how to implement everything. As you can see, there is a few strings here, which I can actually remove all of them. Those are for the demos. If you're not going to test the demos that Photon App gave you here, then you can really remove and click on clear RPCs. That's fine. I'm going to show you how you can actually connect to the services and show the player with the UI when he's connected and where he's not. So let's go ahead and create a canvas and an image, and I'm going to make it as a scale with the screen size. Let's go ahead and, sorry, not an image, I want to make a button, reset the position of it. I'm going to be saying connect to Photon. Now let me, let me create another panel. So now scale it up a little bit, put it behind and drag it as a child. Now I'm going to call it as a section view.1. So this section view.1 is going to be the start scene. When the player opens the game, this is what he should see, even if he's not connected to the Photon services yet. So I'm going to disable it, duplicate it by clicking on Ctrl D, enable it back and just changing the value to 2, removing the button, we don't need it, This is actually my UI. You can play with it around, make it as much beautiful as you want. I'm going to center the text and say connected. It's gonna be a green color and overflow, so I can scale the font size a little. Also, I'm gonna add it an outline so it will be a little bit more crispy. And the section view number 3 now, again disable this one, is going to be saying that we are disconnected, so I guess lost connection to Photon services. It is going to be on a red one. Awesome, so you can disable all of those now, only enable the section view.1. And I'm going now to create an empty game object, which be calling as a Photon scripts. This object is going to be handle all of the Photon basic scripts. So at the moment there is only one script, which I'm gonna be calling Photon connect. This is going to be actually handling the most basic methods such as connect, etc. Create public string, and it is going to be the version name. Now the version name is really simple. If we are connected with 0.1 and our friend is connected with 0.2, we will not be enabled to play with them and be on the same servers as them. So just make sure when you build and test it out that the versions are correct. So now let's go ahead and create another public void, which is public because we are going to press from a UI button and we want to send a message, I guess, to this function. So public void connect to Photon. You can call it whatever you want. And then Photon network, which is the plugin. Now we are actually coding with Photon. Dot connect. I think it's connect using settings. So, and you can actually put the version name here, which is our string. Checks which version name we have, and that's about it. Let's debug it just to make sure that the function is running. So connecting to Photon. Awesome. Now create another private void on connected to master. Now this is a pre-made function within Photon plugin, so you may need to make sure that all of the letters are capital, as you can see right here in the screen. Basically, on connected to master tells us that we have been connected into the general server of our application. So again, if we are now connected, we want to call another method, which is another pre-made method from Photon itself, which is on joined lobby. And here we can simply say debug.log on joined lobby. Now when we are joined, when the user is joined to a lobby, he can actually, that's the point where he can actually see other servers in your game, he can pick up other players, information, and etc. So we are going to call on joined lobby, which is a pre-made function again from on connected to master. So Photon network dot joined lobby, and we are going to tell which type of a lobby, and it is the type of default. And another debug, we are connected to the Photon master, or you can just say to master. Awesome guys, so now we are going to add another built-in function which is going to identify if our player got disconnected in the middle of the game. So it's another private void, which the name is a bit long, so I'm just gonna copy and paste it. So only disconnected from Photon. Now it means that if we are now playing, I'm saying hey friend, blah blah blah, and then my internet connection is lost, or again, and which means I lost the connection to the Photon services, then it will automatically, after a few seconds I think, going to identify it, and we can actually do here all of the functions that basically tells our player, hey man, your internet connection is gone, check your internet, blah blah blah. But there is another built-in function which you can actually say, which I'm not sure how it's called. Let me just go ahead and see. Private void on failed. So on failed to connect to Photon, which means that if I don't have any internet connection and then I log in into my game, it should actually recognize that you have came to my game but you don't have internet connection. So only then this function will run. In general, this function is what we are going to be using. You can actually implement those two. It is really your choice. Debug.logit. This from Photon services. Okay guys, so now that we have the basic concepts and functions, we want to tell our user when it's connected and when it's disconnected and etc. So let me just show him, I guess, a UI. So in this case, it's gonna be a game object in the code itself. So a game object, and let's say section view 1, and another section view dot 2, and section view 3. So now we are going to enable and disable the sections that we need and when we need them. So on join lobby, it's actually where we need to enable that we are connected. So simply enough, you're gonna do section view.1. It's going to be false, which if you remember, let me go back into Unity. This is 1. This is the section view 1. So when he opens it, you know, it's actually the first thing he sees, and when he's connected, it should be disabled. And section view.2 is going to be enabled, which gonna basically says, hey, you're connected. You're gonna wanna do the same concept on disconnected from Photon, but just to be a little bit more clear, I guess you can say that only if section view .active. I mean, only if we got disconnected and section view.active is active, only then disable it. We don't want to disable it even when it is disabled already. I mean, I don't know. This is your option. Do the same thing for section 2. And at the end of the day, you're gonna need to enable section 3, which basically says you got disconnected. Now the basic concepts look good. You're gonna wanna drag it up. I already dragged it. Go ahead and open the canvas section view 1. Change the name to connect.b. That's how I like it, at least. And drag the on-click Photon script. So this is the way. I'm gonna show you. There you go. Drag the game object, Photon connect to Photon, and that's about it. Now, if I run the game, it should be working just fine. Let's see. Click on connect to Photon. Awesome, so we are connected. Now, how do you test on disconnected method? You can simply enough disable your network. So I can actually show it on live. Let me just show you. I'm going now to disable my internet connection just for me to show you how it works. So there you go. Hit on disable. As you can see, I already get error from the Photon plugins, and in a few seconds it will identify, and there you go, lost connection to the Photon services. Awesome, so I think it works fantastically. We can also, when we enable it, we can code it that, hey, the Photon networking is up again, then disable this UI and enable this UI, etc. Awesome guys, so it works great. We have implemented the basic concept of Photon services, and I think it looks awesome. Let me know in the comments what do you think, if I should make any more tutorials on this. This is episode number 1. If it goes well, I will actually do another tutorial. And I think that's about it. Let me know in the comments, leave a like, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask them. Thank you again for watching, and you should definitely check out my other videos. So thank you so much, and speak to you next week.